Welcome to the Unsolved Vault, where every story is real, every clue matters, and every mystery waits to be opened. Deep beneath a quiet village in Bulgaria, the military began a secret operation. No announcement, no explanation, no witnesses allowed. For 2 years, soldiers dug a strange, spiraling tunnel into the earth, and then, without warning, the project was shut down, sealed forever, and kept classified. More than 30 years later, no one can say with certainty what the military was searching for, and no one knows what they found. This is one of Eastern Europe's most real and most disturbing unsolved mysteries. The Tsarichina Hole.
In the early 1990s, in the small Bulgarian village of Tsarichina, the Bulgarian military carried out one of the most unusual operations in the country's modern history. Everything about the project was secret. Everything about it was restricted. And more than 30 years later, many questions still remain unanswered. This is the real, documented mystery of the Tsarichina Hole. In December 1990, shortly after the fall of communism, Bulgaria was in political and economic chaos. During this unstable period, the Ministry of Defense suddenly deployed soldiers, engineers, and vehicles to Tsarichina, a quiet rural area north of the capital Sofia. Local residents watched as military trucks arrived at night. A perimeter was built. Civilians were not allowed near the site, and the reason for the operation was never publicly announced. Within days, the soldiers began digging into the ground. They were not digging a normal trench. Witnesses later confirmed that the excavation created a deep, narrow, spiraling tunnel. It curved downward in an unusual pattern, unlike any standard archaeological or engineering dig. The official explanation came years later. According to a statement from the Ministry of Defense, the operation was an attempt to search for a treasure belonging to the medieval Bulgarian ruler Tsar Samuel. But historians quickly pointed out that there are no records placing Samuel's treasure in Tsarichina. And experts questioned why the military would lead an excavation like this during a national financial crisis. The explanation simply did not fit the facts. What is confirmed is that the project was classified. Official documents show that access to the site was restricted, and many details of the operation were kept secret. Even today, the full report has not been released to the public. Over the years, soldiers and officers who worked at the site have shared their experiences in interviews. These are personal testimonies, not official data, but they appear in multiple sources. Many described unusual problems during the dig. Tools and equipment reportedly stopped working for no clear reason. Some soldiers said they felt pressure in their heads, dizziness, or sudden nausea near the tunnel. Others mentioned strange sounds coming from underground, or lights appearing at night around the excavation area. None of these claims have been proven scientifically, but they were never officially denied either, and they remain part of the story. The excavation continued for almost 2 years, from December 1990 to late 1992. Then, without warning, the military shut the operation down. The tunnel was sealed with concrete. The equipment was removed, and the area was abandoned. No official discovery was announced. No results were shared, and no final explanation was given for why the project existed in the first place. This sudden ending only increased public interest. Researchers, journalists, and local residents began to ask questions. Why the secrecy? Why the spiral tunnel? Why shut it down so suddenly? And what exactly was the Bulgarian military searching for? Several theories appeared over the years. One theory suggests the military was searching for unknown technology, possibly ancient or left behind from another era. There is no evidence to support this, but the unusual tunnel shape keeps the theory alive. Another theory claims the excavation may have been a cover operation for something unrelated to Tsarichina itself, such as a secret test or intelligence activity. Again, no confirmed proof. Some people believe the military had information about something buried underground. These ideas are controversial and not supported by official documentation, but they remain part of the public discussion. The most important part of this case is what we know for certain. A real military operation took place in Tsarichina between 1990 and 1992. A deep, unusual tunnel was dug. The project was classified. It ended suddenly, and no final report was ever released. These facts alone make the Tsarichina Hole a true, unexplained mystery. Not a legend, not a myth, but a real event surrounded by silence, secrecy, and unanswered questions. Today, the entrance to the tunnel is sealed. The land above it looks ordinary, but the story beneath it continues to attract attention. Researchers still debate the true purpose of the operation. Some believe the explanation was simple. Others believe it was extraordinary. But until the full details are released, the truth remains unknown. The Tsarichina Hole stands as one of Bulgaria's most authentic real-world mysteries. A mystery created not by imagination, but by the things we still do not know.
If you want to explore more real mysteries, more unsolved cases, and more stories that still refuse to rest, subscribe to the Unsolved Vault. Together we'll open the next file, soon.